Partners are struggling with understanding their clients, and so I want to help break this down into different parts to help. And what we typically do is we think we're building a ICP, our ideal client profile. At best, we come up with a target client profile, our TCP. What that means is we just make these broad statements. We want people, we want organizations that value technology and they're between 20 and 200 users. And I can guarantee everyone listening here, like at least 90%, that's their TCP. That's what they've got written down. That's what they're targeting. But is that really enough? It's not. What we need to look at is getting a lot more detailed in what we understand. And so the first area that I'm going to talk you through is thinking about the segments in the market. And what I mean by segments is business size. And there's a few here. So let me list them out for you and then we'll break things down and why this actually matters. So we've got micro businesses that are typically that 0 to 10 staff at most. The small businesses that start around that 9, 10 mark and go up to sort of 20 to 30. And then your medium-sized businesses are really those 30 to, you can push it up to maybe 150, 200. And that's where the mid-market kicks in. The bottom of the mid-market will usually start around 100 people, can go up to nearly 1,000. And then you start getting into enterprise. And then government is its own special little beast of a segment. And I know as soon as you've heard those different breakdowns, you should start to immediately think that they all operate very differently. And there's different reasons why they operate differently. There's the maturity, there's the type of vertical that they're in, the type of resources that they have. But a lot of it's to do with budget, and a lot of it's to do with how they leverage technology and the capabilities that they've got. And the reason why that sort of segmentation is quite important is how we interact, how we engage, what we deliver, how we deliver it, what we package, what people buy are very different in all of those segments. And what I'm finding is that the way that partners have grown over the last 10, 20 years has meant that the segments are blurred quite significantly. Most partners work in 3 of those segments, and that's where we just start to see a lot of challenges. If I said to you that you work in or you've got micro business clients, you've got small business clients, and you've got medium business clients, they all operate differently. And while small and medium might overlap, and while micro and small might overlap, micro and medium are very different. And what you do in the medium space, you can't apply down into the micro space. A lot of partners are moving up into the mid-market. They've got small, medium, and mid-market clients. Again, what you do in the mid-market might have some overlaps with medium, and that small and medium might have overlaps, but small and mid-market are completely different. And this affects our business significantly. You think about your sales motions, the capabilities that you need in your sales team, the delivery mechanisms, the complexity of the client environments and the type of technology that they need, the need for greater maturity in the service delivery management around contract governance and reporting are very different in different segments. It can go on, let alone how you market out there to attract new clients and set out who your audiences are. And so you need to be very deliberate about who you work with and what you're doing. That overlap, that extension across multiple segments is really impacting your profitability a lot more than you expect. We always default to we outgrow certain segments of clients, and they're the noisy ones. They don't fit. Some partners do something about it. Most partners just let that linger and fester for too long. But sometimes I see, and actually quite often, it's can be the top end as well, that we end up only having a couple in the higher segments, and it's costing us a lot more to deliver. They're a lot higher proportion of our revenue. There's a lot bigger risk of them leaving and impacting our business. So there's no right or wrong of what we choose and where we work, but we need to be a lot more deliberate in our decisions that we make. And so hopefully this session has given you some perspective and a place to start, because being horizontal and trying to do everything for everyone isn't successful. There's a reason why we're so unprofitable, and this is a key reason for it. So take a step back, take some time and really think about this and be deliberate and start with that sort of level of segmentation.